my youngest son, until 3 years or so ago, was a professional footballer. He played for four clubs in his 7 year career, but decided to call it a day after being at his fifth club for 2 months when he discovered that the directorship was rigging the games for the bigwigs of the online gambling brigade. He explained to me that the contacts of the directors would place bets online against results, how many yellow or red cards were issued, even how many corners were taken during a specific time. A few weeks before the start of the season, a group of 4 or 5 players were brought in to be as facilitators during the games from the outside. That's to guarantee the return on the bets laid.
Yeah.
Right. This became a national scandal in Brazil, which even attinged the CBF, and the CBF is a Brazilian version of the FA.
Yeah.
But it seems that this activity is worldwide, as large bets were being placed in Japan and China against games being played in the state championship here in Brazil. Bigger than one a person might place if they were just a punter with a bad habit. You know, because somebody in China won't know who a state second division team would be in Brazil. But
Yeah.
they put on a huge bet of how many goals are going to be scored.
Yeah.
And it seems that Sweden didn't escape this practice either. Sweden. In 2021, Manchester City midfielder Dixon Yutahu was caught trying to fix matches in Sweden when he played for AIK, which was Alemannia Idrottsklubben,
Okay.
and also AIK Stockholm. That's easy to say.
Yes.
For his folly, he was banned from playing football in Sweden for 5 years. And normally this would be carried over to other countries because
Yeah.
when you go to another country to play, you have what's called an international transfer, and
Yeah.
all your documents are sent from one country to another. And of course, this would appear on his record.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this is the evidence received by the police in Sweden also implicates other players in England. Right? But the evidence is being hidden. This claims Frederick Gardner. He's a police chief who blew the whole case open. Right? So on this guy's telephone, there are text messages between him and players in the UK about rigging the matches. But that information was not given to the FA. It sort of died in Sweden. Now, this is only done for one of two reasons. Either the problem has gone away, and there's no more rigging matches,
Yeah.
or the problem is so big that because of a force majeure, the information is being stifled. And if I know the power of money, it's going to be the latter.
Okay. Yes. Money doesn't talk, it swears. Yeah.
Yeah. So even in the Premier League in England, games, I'm sure, are being manipulated. Yes, even in the highest paid league in the world, with multi-million-pound transfers, the question now needs to be asked, how can the clubs afford so much money to spend on a player, which for all intents and purposes has a very short shelf life, to claim a return on their investments?
Wow.
Where does the money come from?
Cool. Here we go.
I mean, what are we watching on the pitch? It's just not cricket.
Right. Okay. Um, I mean, I've heard this before, and yeah, I've heard about Max Fit, and normally it was external things like some years ago, lights failed at a certain point, and that that proved irregular betting against this, or the ball got kicked out at a certain time. Yeah, I can imagine that. Um, and other things, simple little thing or external matters. Yeah. Um, I've often wondered how you could actually fix a game. I mean,
Very
Matt,
easy.
well, okay. Well, this is what I've often wondered. I mean, I've been on a pitch even on an amateur level, and it's difficult to. I couldn't imagine it. Okay, I wasn't looking to do it. Yeah, um, but the I mean, like yesterday, for instance, a shock result. Manchester United got beaten by Grimsby Town. When you actually watch it, Grimsby were the better team. Yeah. Um, Manchester United are absolutely hopeless at the moment. My team topped them. Okay, they won a cup, but they overall their performance was pretty dire last season. And even I admit it, so I'm not going to put it down to irregularities. A bit, but if I the games I've seen, I still very dubious about how you can overall fix a game of football. I'm not saying it
I'll,
doesn't happen because obviously your
I'll,
son.
I'll explain it to you very simply. It'll take me about 20 seconds.
Okay.
You can corner kicks are
Mm,
easy. The player just instead of passing the ball back to the goalie, he's going to kick it out a touch. He's going to kick
yeah.
it out,
Yeah.
and that's how you get your corner kicked.
Yeah. Okay.
A player that's got an open goal to make a goal and he kicks it wide,
Mm,
so he doesn't get a goal to make his team lose. That's another way. To get the
right.
yellow card, you just have to foul somebody without any necessity,
Mm,
and that's how
yeah. Yeah.
you get offsides. You get the number of offsides.
Mm,
You get a goalkeeper that instead of receiving defending against a shot, instead of
yeah.
doing the simple thing
Yeah.
and gathering the ball to him, he'll
Yeah.
push it away
Right.
and he'll push it back to the guy who's just taken a shot against him, so he
Mm,
can pop it over
yeah.
and make the goal. So they're quite easy the way you manipulate a game. You just got to have the right players in there,
Mm,
which is exactly what happened at this club. They brought
yeah.
in these five players,
Mm,
and normally it's sort of the midfield players going forward
yeah.
that do this,
Mm,
and because it's in the midfield you do all the creation in the game of football,
yeah. Yeah. Of course.
and
Yeah.
that's gonna, and you can kick the ball into touch, you can do fouls, you can get a red card, you can say something really bad to the referee to get a red card,
Yeah.
and if somebody's bet against you getting a red card,
Mm,
they're gonna make a fortune in the betting at the bookies.
yeah. I mean, I mean,
See,
it's sick. Okay. I mean, yeah. What is it? The only honest job is wallpaper, and even that's a put up job. But yeah.
yeah.
Um. But again, yeah. I find it very. Um. Even that would strike me difficult because to me, there's a lot of different variables. I mean, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong or anything else. I'm trying desperately hard here to imagine. I'm not saying it can't happen.
It
Imagine
does happen. It can happen, and it does happen, and it's
yeah.
quite common. It's quite
Well,
common.
as somebody who likes to watch a game of football, and I was watching the one in the Brazilian league last night, two teams I don't have an affiliation with, just to watch some football. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, no shock results there, and you could see why the winning team won overall. Yeah. Um. So yeah, I mean, I don't like to think it. I don't like to think any sportsman sets out intentionally to cheat the fans effectively. Yeah. Who are the people? Well, that is a problem. I mean, it's been highlighted the amount of money sloshing around in British football is
That's
worrying.
that's what disturbs me.
Mm,
There's not a lot of money in the lower leagues.
no.
You come to the first division, second division.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was the third and fourth division. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of money floating
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But in the Premier and the Championship,
Yeah.
there is an awful lot of money, and that's what really surprises me
Mm.
about this thing of fixing games,
Mm.
because it's got to be an awful lot of money involved to for a player who's receiving a salary so high
Yeah.
be, beyond his wildest dreams
Mm.
that is going to rig a game or is going to contribute to rig a game. And I think
Mm.
when that happens, when it reaches the very top, then the rest of it is just got to be
No,
so dirty.
I mean, you're telling me, and I wouldn't say I'm feeling ill listening to it, but um, it cheapens everything I've ever held true about. Yeah,
Well, sorry to break it to you.
yeah. I mean, it's a I mean, I'm not saying people are uncorruptible, but yeah, these guys. I mean, I remember scandal years ago, and was it the 80s, 78? Yeah, late 80s, where there was meant to have been things going on that are strange. Um, but that was all cleared. Um, I mean, that was always it. The amount of people that would have to be complicit in it for it to work. And plus the fact now they do look for betting, like you said, betting irregularities, especially online bet, and they'll close down a betting if it looks a bit weird. Um,
They will if it's local. Like I said, you've
mm,
got people in China
mm,
who are betting on games in Brazil of league clubs that are so remote,
yeah,
that nobody in China has a hope in hell's chance of knowing who it is. And when they put in a large bet, and you only need to put one large bet on,
yeah,
and if the bookies close the bets, they
yeah,
can't close that bet
yeah,
because it's already been placed.
yeah. I mean, I know they were trying to get rid of Ray of the spread betting and everything else. Yeah, which is what you were talking about. Um, and I've noticed the other day that's still that I think you can still do it in Brazil. I don't know if you can do it in other regions. I don't bet because I'd be too addicted to it, so I just don't do it. Yeah, I don't bet. I don't think I could bet myself out of trouble. Yeah, um, but it is a. I mean, that was the whole thing of watching a game of football. It's the randomness of it all. If you told me you could throw a game of tennis, and no disrespect to any high level tennis players, I don't know if I wouldn't like to suspect, but I would have found that a lot easier. And you've mentioned cricket. Cricket would probably be a lot easier, in my opinion, to throw than a game of football or rugby because it's not so random um, by the rules. Yeah, I mean, okay, you've just explained it to me. You've explained yeah, I'll take it on face value. Yeah, I know the people I know you. Yeah, no thing.
I feel I feel confident in telling you this because I was involved with professional football
Yeah,
as my son
yeah,
was was
yeah, I know. Yeah,
was playing football career,
yeah,
and I accompanied him, and I know how these schemes play out.
mm.
Of course, I mean he wasn't in a really top club,
No, no, no.
which of course makes it more obvious
Mm.
to people like me to see where the scandals are being created.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, yeah, I mean that would be the place to go at the lower leagues, where, like you say, the big salaries aren't floating about, and people, especially here,
the,
would.
the clubs are struggling to keep afloat, and
Yeah,
you don't have to agree with them, but you can understand
yeah,
that why they're doing it.
yeah,
It's to raise money so they can keep the clubs afloat.
yeah.
But the Premier League in the UK,
Well, I
it's,
mean,
like I said, it's got to be an awful lot of money.
well, let's be honest. Manchester United, and when you say they got money, Manchester United have been doing a massive expense cutting operation, and an equivalent of Doge, from what I can tell internally. Um, I mean, Tottenham did it years ago with Alan Sugar, where the money was pouring out. You read Alan Sugar's autobiography, that's becomes apparent. Yeah. Um, and I think Alan Sugar has said since about the amount of money that's flowing into the leagues, and he obviously he set up with Sky and all that, all the television revenue and all that. But even he was questioning it. Yeah, the money going in there. Don't think he says where's it coming from. And then you got the thing of the right and proper owners and everything else. Yeah. And we're coming back, unfortunately. Who are these foreigners we're letting in to invest in our football clubs? Yeah. What are their connections? The idea is they're meant to be looking for nefarious connections to these people. Italy had big scandals some years ago as well with different things. Yeah. Referees were being nobbled in Germany. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to believe when I watch any sport. I mean, yeah, we can even believe we like MMA. It'd be the easiest thing as an individual to throw to throw a fight there. Um, yeah, I don't like to think it happens when I'm watching something. The guy goes down. I believe he's generally hurt all the time. He's not going to get up again. Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe there's an angle I haven't seen where yeah, it looks like it's just grazed his cheek, but it probably might have hit him on the face. Yeah. Um,
I've seen one of those here in Brazil where the
yeah.
guy didn't even hit him, and he sort of threw himself on the floor.
All right.
This was live on TV, and the commentator he
Yeah.
said, "Well, I just don't understand."
I mean, okay. People watch WWE and know that happens. I can watch that, and yeah, and yeah, I can accept that does happen. Yeah, and when the underdog wins, yeah, and there's been an arm and a leg put on an underdog, maybe. I mean, I remember some years ago hearing about, again, I'm not opening myself to it and I'm not suggesting it happens. It might just been a remark somebody made about horse racing. And somebody said to someone, do you ever bet? He says, no, because I know he's going to win. And again, I still find that very, very difficult because to me, even in horse racing, there's too many variables. Yeah. Of what could happen.
Not really. I mean, if you're a jockey, I mean, jockeys have been suspended.
Yeah.
So Lester Piggott, I believe, he was banned in the end.
I thought that was
Uh,
for tax things, but yeah.
well, anyway,
Yeah.
the jockey's who's on a hot favourite.
Mm,
The horse is in a class of its own.
yeah.
And on a flat race, you don't even
Yeah.
go over obstacles on a
Yeah.
flat race. And coming up towards the line, the jockey pulls the horse up
Yeah.
to slow the horse down so that the rank outsider can pass him by and
Yeah.
win the race.
Yeah.
That's common. That's common.
Oh, yeah. Pull up. Yeah. I mean, again,
I don't mean literally pull up a horse, but
no, no, I know what you
make,
mean. Yeah.
make
Don't
it run slower.
don't push it so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, sometimes trainers tell them deliberately not to do it because they're bloodying the horse, as it were. Yeah. But that tends to get known if it's a new one that goes in and everything. I believe. I don't know. I mean, to me, if you enter into a competition, you go out there to win. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm a little bit of a competitive person myself, so I understand this. Yeah, if you want to take me on, yeah, even if I don't, I'm probably not going to win it. I will still try and win it. Um, yeah, I have to stop myself in that in life sometimes. This is a bit pointless, but um, it is a yes. I wouldn't like to say it's interesting. It's disturbing. I normally say that's interesting. I would deliberately say this is disturbing, and um, to say I'm shocked, not really. It's like I said, I'm trying to put some sense or logic on it, and um, it's like athletes that dope. Yeah, it's a cheating. If you're not going to win fairly or not deserve fairly, okay, there's money involved in it. Um, but okay, the motivation is yeah, you want to earn some money and all that, but if but like you said, if there's not exchange of suspicions between even authorities about suspected things going on, we stand no chance as punters, as the people that want to watch and enjoy. And
That's
this,
right.
we need our entertainment. The reason I watch a game of football is to get away from the scandals and the suspicions and the
Well,
cynicism in
this is
the
you
world.
know this is what I find amusing is that you get a football supporter
Mm.
you know, that grafts all week, spends
Yeah.
all the wages on a ticket, and
Mm.
is faithful to the club,
Yeah.
passionate about the game, and he's willing his team on to win
Mm.
the game. But of course, at the end of the day, it's all been organised, and
That's a
his
sickening thing.
his team's going to draw.
He is a real victim of it all. The
Yeah,
fans are the real victims,
right. It is. Yeah, 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 they are.
and that's the side of it. And more and more in life now, it appears that us mere mortals, and I don't like victim mentality. I'm not saying that. We are the real victims of it all. We invest 2 hours of our life in watching a game that we think is random. We can accept our team will lose sometimes. We can accept they'll win. Um, if it's all been if might as well just watch WWE, just cheer on your favorite villain. Yeah.
Go to the theatre and watch a play.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. Okay.